Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another heavy rotation video. Been a crazy few weeks. I mean, it's always crazy. Like summertime is supposed to be for like the record store, like the chillest time because a lot of people are on vacation and we don't have as nearly as much traffic as we do like during the year. Because people save up money for vacation and so they don't spend it on records like they would normally, and then a lot of people are out of town pretty frequently and all that. So it's usually pretty dead in the store. But here lately, I've had a lot going on. We got that big collection, a bunch of other stuff. It's been a lot. So, which is good. It's been good. But I like it busy. You know, I always complain about being busy all the time, but that's how I like things. So, anyways, I'll show you some really cool records that I have found over the past, I guess, couple weeks since I did my last heavy rotation. You know, like I always say, I do want to be more intentional about my videos and put more out there, but it's just like always something, you know what I mean? So maybe one day I'll crack the code and I'll be real consistent. But we'll see. That has yet to happen. And I got a lot of stuff to show y'all. Let's see here. First one I'll show is this Cargo record. So this is an incredible record. It's a Dutch record from the Netherlands. Amazing stuff. So this is like hard rock, blues rock, a little bit of prog to it. Two of the guitar players are brothers, and it's like twin guitar leads. Really good stuff. The first song is called "Sail Inside." That's the best like technical song on the record. The rest of the record just like a jam record, but it is an absolute grail. Long time on. I have a really good reissue of it that I've listened to a lot, and the reissue actually sounds a lot better than the original. Kind of hate when that happens. And you get it, I'm like, well, you know, this is a very, very rare record. So, but it's nice to have an original, just kind of see. But this is it's kind of strange. It's on Harvest, which you know is a major label. There's no insert, no nothing. It's really basic, plain Jane. You know, the track lists are on the cover right there. But if you've not heard this record, it is amazing. And I have a lot of people, since I started the label, they're like, you need to reissue this, you need to reissue that. You know, when you're just getting started out like I am, basically the easiest way to do things is to reissue things that are on private labels. You know, things that like Harvest, ABC, you know, anything on a big label, anything EMI, anything like that. It's like almost impossible to get the rights to do. It's not impossible, but it's tough. It's a lot harder to do. But if it's a private press thing, you just kind of find the guys that were in the band and strike up a conversation with them and kind of figure out what would be good for both of y'all. And you know, all the deals I've done, I've signed 3 or 4 contracts. Everybody in the band's stoked to do it. I'm stoked to do it. Everybody's making money, just how it should be. So really, really cool to do it that way. Like this one. Jackson C. Frank would love to reissue this, but it's on Columbia. There's just no way. This is an original UK on Columbia. Jackson C. Frank is incredible. The first song, Blues Run the Game, is the first song on here. You've probably heard that in movies and commercials and stuff. It's the most popular song on the record. But if you like Blaze Foley, Townes Van Zandt, singer-songwriter, downer, country, folks, that's what this is. It's an amazing record. Been wanting a UK press for a long time. A friend of mine was letting this one go. It's not the nicest, cherriest copy, but it's a nice first mono, which is amazing. But definitely check this out. Jackson C. Frank was kind of a tragic story. I can't remember it completely. I'm kind of shooting from the hip here, but when he was a kid, he was in a fire. Like 80-90% of his body was covered with burns. If you really look closely at these pictures, you can tell his hands all burned, his face is all burned. But so because of that, he led a really tragic life, and his songwriting is a little dark because of it. So, but it's a really cool record. Absolutely incredibly talented individual. Another one here is Doc Rockit. So this is one that's been on my radar for a while. Matt from Too Many Records is a good friend of mine. He owns a record store in Portland. This is kind of a local thing to him. He found a copy and it was in his shop, and I was like, man, I want that. And he's like, you know, we understand and respect each other's policies with the store. And he's like, I got to put it up in the store and see if anybody buys it. I'm like, I totally understand. I do that all the time. That's fine. And then he ended up taking it home and keeping it, which I totally get and respect. But his cover is like a silver cover, and this was a white cover. So they did 350 covers that were like a silver, and then 300 covers that were white. So this is technically the rarer version. Matt is telling me that the silver version is better, but whatever. This is the one I was able to get. It's got promotional copy handwritten on it. Don't know why, but really cool one. Kind of private press, hard rock. Incredible record, high energy, almost like a proto metal, maybe like a little bit of a proto thrash type of thing. Really good guitar solos, stuff like that. But this is a cool one. To listen to it, you'd have to listen to it on YouTube. But it's a fantastic record. Glad to finally own a copy of that. Been after it for a long time. A friend of mine named Tim, he's got a spot in Villa Rica, Georgia, which I've never been to, but he brings up stuff to trade and sell to me sometimes, but he's got a good little shop down there. He's become a good friend of mine over the years, but he brought me this. This is a Black Sabbath Mob Rules autographed by the whole band. It's a promo copy. I've never seen a promo like this. I should have pulled my other promo, but I got another promo of this that has like a big gold stamp right here. This one has that sticker, which I've never seen that specific sticker. There's one that's very similar that has like a black rim around it. But so if anybody has any info about that promo sticker, let me know. Like I said, the normal Warren Brothers pink sticker, it looks similar, but it's not the same. This one's a little different if you look closely. It's kind of a wild one. And it's stamped promotional copy on the label itself. But very, very cool. Thrilled to own that. He brought a few things. I'll show you when they come up which ones they are. But here's another one that he brought. This is a Buffalo Volcanic Rock first press. With the Vertigo Swirl. This one's a little bit beat too. It's not in the best shape, but I have the Spaceship Vertigo, which is like the 73 reissue, I believe, which mine's like near mint. It's a beautiful copy, so it's cool. I just wanted to get the original Vertigo, but he had one, and I wasn't going to not buy it. This is one I am like really, really, really excited about. This is really special to me. This is George Brigman, Jungle Rot. If you've not heard this record, it's on streaming. You can go listen to it. It's amazing. That's George Brigman right here. And he is a super, super cool dude. Fantastic guitar player. He has a really unique flavor of playing guitar. The way, like if you see a video of him playing, he plays like with his thumb in a really strange way, but he, man, he's just juicy as chops, man. Just really killer guitar riffing. Very interesting music. It's like a mixture of some of this early acid guitar stuff, real raw DIY type, but it sounds a lot like the Stooges too. It's weird. It is amazing. Like, I love this record so much. It's a really hard record to get, really, really rare. But I actually met George and was able to get, he doesn't have many copies left. So this is, I think he said this is the last one he would be willing to ever let go. But he was able to get me this record. It's on Solid Records, which was his label. Really cool record. Listen to this if you've not heard it. It is absolutely incredible. I love this. I love getting to meet George and get to know him a little bit. He actually gave me this as a gift. This is his band was named Split. After that, he was called George Brigman and Split. This is George Brigman and Split, Blowing Smoke and Drifting. This is the 30th anniversary edition, and he autographed it, which is really cool. Look at that. But yeah, he. So the 30th anniversary, I think that they had a bunch of leftover stock from the first press of this single, and so they reprinted the sleeve, and so the discs are actually the original discs, and from '77, but they reprinted. So these are actually like really cheap. You can get them on Discogs for like $10, but it is absolute fire, amazing single. And then this is, I believe, I haven't actually not listened to this. This is a test pressing of some sort that he gave me. I need to listen to it, but it's a single. I think it's that single, but it might not be. I don't know. I need to listen to it, but he gave me that really cool little test pressing. So he's a really cool guy. Anyways, so I was out the other day with my wife. We don't go on a whole lot of dates because no one's brave enough to watch our kids. But we were out the other day. We got a date like we haven't been on a date in a long time. But we try to spend a lot of time together. I mean, I'm at home working a lot. Like one of my goals of having my own business is to be able to work from home, just so I can be here with the kids and stuff. And you guys know my 9-year-old has autism, so I like to be here and be around him. And you know, this age of kids, they're so young. Like a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, and you know, every day they grow so fast. And so it's just like if I can be around them, you know, I want to be. Like my dad worked. He worked. I mean, he worked a normal amount, you know, as a dad would. But you know, I know he regrets he missed out on a lot of our childhood because he was working. You know, I mean, sometimes you have to, but if you have the option to be around them, like now, like back then you couldn't work at home. You know, but now you can. Like I work at home a lot, so I'm able to sit and price records and be around and help them with stuff and be a huge part of their life when they're this age, and they'll remember that, and I'll remember that because a lot of these years you don't get back, you know, and like, you know, I don't know. I watched videos from a year ago, and their voices sound different, and they're you know, their faces look a little different. And it's just like, man, there's only so much of that in life, you know. So I try to be home a lot. Oh my gosh, didn't mean to get into all that. But anyways, going back. So me and my wife went out on a date, and I make it a point so when we go on a family vacation or a trip or a date or something that I'm not out looking for records, because I do that every day, and it's like part of my life, but it's also like part of my compulsion to do it because I love it. But anyway, so when we're out on a date, we pass a record store. I'm just like, I'm not going to look at, I'm not going to try, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. It's not what it's about. It's about us. But anyways, we went to a restaurant, and we went to this little local downtown, small town, little downtown area. We ate, and we were walking through. She's like, hey, let's dip into this antique store. And I'm like, okay, cool. And there's records there. I'm not going to not look at them. And she's like, please, you know, look at the records. Because there's other things that she's looking at and I'm looking at. So we're about the same pace. And I'm going in this one little crate. And, you know, antique shops, everything's way overpriced. It's ridiculous. But this one little crate had a couple of really good albums in it. This is one. This is Orgone. Cali Fever. This came out in like 2010. Yeah, really great record, really great musicians. This is like killer funk rock. It's absolutely incredible. And they never reissued it. So these are worth like $50. I think it had $4 on it or $3. I think it was $4. But absolute fantastic record. And for $4, I was like mind blown. But if you like that, Orgone has a lot of records and they're all really good. Just like neo funk rock. Amazing stuff. Really good. So really enjoy that. So I was like floored to see that. I was like, holy crap. And then I saw this, which I didn't look this stuff up at the time. I just bought it because it's a no-brainer. But this is J.J. Gray and Mofro, Choice Cuts. I used to listen to this. A friend of mine had the CD and we listened to it a little bit. I remember, I think I saw them live when they came through Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. But I've never seen this record before. I've seen the CD, but I've never seen the record before, and I was like, that's cool. And like, not even thinking what this is worth. I was just like, I remember really liking this record. I haven't heard it since then. I need to pick it up. It was $12, so a little on the expensive side. Got it home, was listening to it, and looked it up on Discogs, and the median's like $185 for this record. I was like, yes! Which is just kind of nice to get a good buy like that, because I would not probably buy it for $185, but really, really good country rock. It sounds like modern country rock mixed with the Black Crowes type of thing. But fantastic stuff. I've been listening to this a lot. It brings back a lot of memories of when this came out in 2009, I believe. Yeah, but really good record, really good stuff. J.J. Gray, awesome. Friend of mine from Ancient Grease Records, so you guys know I did my exclusives, Sudden Death and Fresh Blueberry Pancake. I did both of those with my guy Adam at Ancient Grease Records. He's a really nice dude, but he puts out these singles, and I'm telling you, they're high quality. If you have Instagram, and he didn't tell me to plug him or anything like that. I'm just saying, I really want to support people that put out really high quality stuff and they really care, because that's kind of rare these days. He has an incredible label and he puts out some killer stuff, and a lot of it's like really limited. So this is one. This is Iron Claw, which there's an Iron Claw record that's been kind of reissued a few times, but I think this is like a lost track or something. But this is Saga / Bright Future, recorded in December 1970. Everything that he does, like, I don't know if you could tell the texture on that jacket. See, it's like it's got a little texture to it. This is a limited edition. I think of only like 30 copies. It's got this black and white splatter type thing. And he's such a good dude. I set my timer, my reminders on my phone to remind me when this was going up for pre-sale, because they sell out immediately. And a collection came in, and I set my phone down and I went outside to look at a collection in somebody's trunk in their car, and I totally forgot about it. I came in, my phone's alarming, and I was like, crap, and it had sold out. So anyways, so I was like, dang it. And then a few days later, it shows up in the mail. He had saved me one and just sent it to me just because he's a good guy, a good friend of mine. He knows I wanted it, so, which makes me sad because I would have totally bought it. A few other ones. A lot of really cool stuff to show you. A guy brought in a collection of like emo, hardcore type stuff from early 2000s, and I like that stuff a little bit, you know. The things that I liked then, I still like now, and a lot of it's kind of hard to find on vinyl. So this is a really cool one, Alexis on Fire. This is, I think it's Alexis on Fire. Somebody told me it was Alex is on Fire, but I don't think that's true. Tell me in the comments if you know. I've always just said Alexis on Fire because it's run together. But this is on blue vinyl, really good, kind of screamy type stuff. When this record came out in 2002, I wasn't really into it. I didn't know about it, really. And then I started getting into City and Color, Dallas Green, which is this dude. And I started looking into other things he did, and then got into Alexis on Fire kind of late. But anyways, also in that collection was this City and Color record, which is like probably the only one I don't have. I'm not really listening to this one, but I listened to a little bit of it, and I like it, and I really like City and Color, so cool stuff. But the big one from that collection that I decided to keep was really cool. This is this Under Oath box set. And again, this genre I'm out of the loop on. I don't know what anything is. If I don't know it. You know, I don't know when the things came out and the reissues and all that stuff. I'm out of the loop, but I know which records I really like. So this is called Observatory. This is an Under Oath box set, which I didn't know anything about it. I was just like, oh, cool, an Under Oath box set. I didn't know what it was. But I bought the collection and everything, and when I went through it, I opened it up, and I was like, oh my gosh. They've got They're Only Chasing Safety. So it's got 3 records in here. It's on like a smoky gray vinyl, but this is kind of the Under Oath record for me. I have spent countless hours listening to this album since it came out. I love, like, in that genre, this is probably my favorite album. And I've not been able to find it on vinyl. I've been wanting it forever. It's incredible. But that one I've listened to a ton since I got it. But it has 2 other records in here, Define the Great Line and Lost in the Sound of Separation, which those 2 I haven't listened to as much. But this is kind of the one for me. And they're like out of print and really expensive and all that stuff. So I was really thrilled to get this box set. I'm not, you know, I've not been buying many box sets as of late, but this is one that was kind of worth getting. So I ended up keeping that one. Shame on me. A friend of mine brought this in the shop and sold it. He'd found it at a yard sale or something. Joe Henderson, In Pursuit of Blackness. Another really killer Joe Henderson on the Milestone label. Anything Joe Henderson I buy, anything really on the Milestone label, I'll take a second look at. But really good, kind of out there, astral jazz type stuff. I need to blow through this stuff, man. I know I'm taking forever in this video. This is another one I found that came out of that huge collection. So I did that collection of 4,000 records. I think it was my last video, the storage unit. Been pulling a ton of killer stuff out of that. There's a few that came out of there. This is probably the one I was most excited about, and I kind of put it in the video of me flipping through, and I had that like body cam thing on, which didn't really work out very well. I'm trying. I know you guys like those digging videos, but I can never get the camera looking right when it's on me, unless it was like right on my, like between my eyes, you know, to where I'm looking. But anyways, it was on my chest, but I pulled this record out. I don't know if you guys saw it, but this is Window. It's a private press. It had been on my want list, and I tried not to freak out or anything when I saw it, which is not like a really expensive record. It's probably worth like $100, $150, but it's not like a mega one, but it's a pretty solid find. But really killer acid folk, sounds like Joni Mitchell type stuff. But really good if you're into that outsider acid folk type stuff. That Window record is dope. Another one I found in there is this Ike Turner Rocks the Blues. Ike Turner, oh my gosh. I guess I was thinking of Ike and Tina Turner. Ike Turner Rocks the Blues. This is a original Crown These original crowns are always destroyed. This is a really, really nice copy. And this has got a really good guitar in it. It's like, that's how what it is. Ike Tina rocks the blues. It is like a blues rock / funk soul R&B type feel to it. Really good. Kind of a tough one to find, but that was cool in that collection. Also went up to Asheville. Asheville's a couple hours from me, 2.5 hours. And I was meeting up there to do some secret record label stuff that I can't talk about. But also, I saw Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, which was freaking amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't need to talk about it too much, but if you get a chance to see them, it is phenomenal. They play like 4 Led Zeppelin songs, but they had like a Irish folk, bluegrass / rockabilly feel to like Led Zeppelin songs. It was amazing. J.D. McPherson opened for them, and he's like a rockabilly type guy. Unreal guitar player. He played guitar for Robert Plant's set as well, and it was out of this world. Go watch clips from it. I got some clips I might upload to one of my alternate channels. But man, that concert was out of this world. I mean, just to be a Zeppelin fan, I was smiling ear to ear the whole time. Just to see Robert Plant and his element. I've never seen Robert Plant before. You guys know Zeppelin's my favorite band. I just wanted to, at some point in my life, see one of them live. So it's really nice to see him. But anyways, so saw that concert, went with my buddy Corey. We had a great time. And I went up to Earth River Records, which is a good friend of mine owns that shop. And got to hang out with him just a little bit. Every time I'm in Asheville, like I got all this stuff lined up that I got to do, so it's like very tight. But I got to hang out at his shop for maybe 30 minutes, and he let me dig through some stuff in the back. And so I pulled out a couple cool things he made me good deals on. This is a Patti Smith Horses. This is a white label promo, and it is like near mint. He put his sticker in that sleeve, or I put it in there. He gave me one. But it's like a near mint white label promo of this absolute fantastic, essential, iconic record. I had a really clean copy already, but it wasn't a white label promo, and you know how I am. Also, that to say, I am going to be doing selling a bunch of my personal stash on Whatnot very soon. I keep scheduling it, and then things come up, and then I postpone it. But if you're on Whatnot, go to my page. That's Noble Records, and I'm going to be doing it very soon. Just set your bookmarks and all that stuff. But anyway, so I have my other copy of that's going up. That's what I'm saying. Another one I found in that shop, Earth River Records, is this Sage, Freeport. He had, last week I showed, it's right here too, these 2 Charmer records, Do It To It and Your Presence Requested, which are both killer records, but they're on this tax scam label, the Illusion label. And I was like, it's kind of weird that you would have both of those. Do you think you have any more things on that label? And he's like, I don't know. You can come look. That stuff is really rare. So I went and looked and found this one. Sage is really cool, like hard rock with a little flute in it, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty cool record. So I think that one's up that you can listen to it on YouTube. Another one that I found while I was up there, I'm trying to keep it all together. Not that you care. But another one that I found when I was up there was... I met up with a guy and bought some records. This is the New Colony 6 Breakthrough. Really tough record, I know. New Colony 6, you might think that's probably not very expensive or anything like that. This is a hard record, but I've never seen one before. Really, really clean. Great one. And then I also got from him, I got a handful of other things from him, but this is a really interesting one. I'm actually ripping it right now. It's over there on my turntable ripping. This is the Telstars featuring Mike Roman play Santana. So they're playing like some Santana cover tunes. It's very Private Press. It almost sounds like Mandrill though. It's kind of like a funk rock feel to it. But the disc's over there burning, so I don't have the label to show you. Bought this one from a friend. Man, there's a lot of stuff. Bought this one from a friend. This is Freddie Roach. Good Move. This is an original press. On the original stereo, and it is near mint. Absolute stunning copy of that. For my Vinyl Me Please, I got this Sly and the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. I already have a mint original of this, but couldn't pass up that sweet pinwheel. And it sounds absolutely fantastic. Their stuff's sounding great, and if they have a good record even if I already have like a really clean original of, I will get their copy just because they will sound good. Me and my dad were talking the other day about how we hate videos that people are drinking coffee in because nobody wants to see me drinking things. Got this pretty clean copy of Meters Struttin'. This is the only Meters record I didn't have. So, original first press of Struttin'. Absolutely incredible. I'm sure you guys know all about the Meters, but if you're into that 70s funk, like, a little bit harder Booker T and the MGs type thing, the Meters, real funky, a lot of instrumental stuff, a lot of just a really killer record. Glad to get that. I need to clean it up and put it in sleeves and all. In the storage unit collection, I also got this, which this shows the anal record collector in me, but this is Let It Bleed, and it is has the sticker, which mine I had the poster, but I didn't have the sticker, but it's got that sticker, which is absolutely stellar. I also got this John Lee Hooker, the Healer, in that collection as well, which I didn't have an original of that. And then, I really don't normally I don't have any James Taylor records in my collection just because I see them all the time. Who cares? But this is Sweet Baby James, and it has a hype sticker. It's in the shrink, and it is absolutely near mint. Beautiful, beautiful copy. I cleaned it. I put it in there. This is a great record. Honestly, I know a lot of people are like, James Taylor. This is a fantastic record, and I've never seen one that's that clean. All right, sorry about that. I had a phone call. So anyways, James Taylor, I really like James Taylor. A lot of his stuff, some of his stuff is meh, but that record's really good. I'll show you a few more. I have a storage unit of my own, which is almost cleaned out. My goal this month is to get it cleaned out just because I'm tired of paying the bill on it. So I'm bringing some stuff home that I'd meant to bring home a while ago. And it's not, but it's nothing crazy. But I got a bunch of reels, which I got my reel-to-reel player going, which they sound great. It's awesome. It's just kind of neat to have. But anytime I get the factory reels like this, Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is amazing. I'll show you guys, if you're not familiar with reels, what they look like. They're the reel-to-reel tapes. I call them factory reels, pre-recorded, whatever. When you buy reel-to-reel tapes, you get a lot that are like mixtape type situations. I don't want that. I want these. Another one. This is Bookends, iconic Simon and Garfunkel. Got this Johnny Cash, America, which I'm excited to listen to. Al Cooper, really good blues rock. Let's see, Grand Funk, the live album. This is the heaviest reel ever. So it's a double LP, but you could fit it all on one tape. But really, really cool. I listened to this last night. It's just amazing. I love this record. It's cool to have the reel of it. Traffic, 10 Years After. You don't ever see these. So even if it's a title that I wouldn't normally be wild about, I still will keep it because you just don't see him very much. This is Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on tour with Eric Clapton. I've not listened to this Delaney and Bonnie very much, but I've listened to these two reels just because I was like, let's see, and they're fantastic. A little on the country side of classic rock type sound. Really like them. John Mayall. Oh my gosh. USA Union. My brain is fried, y'all. I'm so tired. Jefferson Airplane Volunteers. That was cool. What's this reel look like? I don't even know. Look at that. That's cool. Very cool. I've got a lot of really cool reels already, but these are like the most I've ever found in one place. Grand Funk, Closer to Home. The Band, Stage Fright. And Spooky Tooth. Do you know there was a Spooky Tooth reel? Never. Spooky Tooth is great, like blues rock. And then this is my favorite one out of this batch that I found, and that is James Gang Rides Again. Incredible. I've been listening to this a good bit, but just fantastic. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here in a second. Here's another thing I was going to show. I got this. Now, I'm not usually a classical type of dude, but Analog Productions had this. I've heard a lot of people recommend it. I wanted some really good audiophile classical, not like a ton of it. I've got like 3 classical records in my whole collection, so not a bunch, but I've heard a lot of really good things about this and kind of dipping my toe into it. It was on back order for like 2 years, but they restocked it and I got a shipping notification for it. This is Bach Starker. It's Suites for Unaccompanied Cello Complete. if you listen to this, you've heard some of it. There's like, it's that first track, which is, I guess the Suite number 1. Anyways, I'm going to sound like an idiot talking about this because I don't know anything about it. But that first track, I've heard it in a lot of movies and stuff. But it's amazing. Like, I mean, like it is unaccompanied cello. And on my system, it sounds absolutely beautiful. So, in the rare occasion that I am into classical, my wife loves it too. Like, we'll throw it on. It sounds unreal on this system. It sounds amazing. So, I'm sure this is probably still in stock over there at Analog Productions. But it's, if you want to get a classical set, that one is just absolutely top notch. All right, let's show a few other ones. I got like a bunch of Zeppelin stuff that's just kind of like weird pressings of stuff. Another one, a couple more I found in that storage unit. Welcome My Cat Named Dog. This is Norma Taniga. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but this is one that's been on my list for a while. I've been wanting to find one out in the wild. It's kind of a funny title, but it's really good, like, you know, folk type of, almost with a little bit of a Karen Dalton feel to it. Really good. This is a cool one, which I never heard of. Didn't know anything about this record, but I found it and I listened to it and really liked it. This is James Carr, You Got My Mind Messed Up. Really cool. If you like Otis Redding, you should check this out. It's on streaming and everything, but it sounds a lot like a little bit of a funkier Otis Redding. You could tell it was like a huge influence for him as Otis Redding, but really, really good record. This is one that came in a collection on Saturday. This is New Order, Low Life. I've been wanting a copy with the Obi for a long time. I found 20 copies probably, but they never have that Obi strip. I really like this record. New Order stuff I really do actually like. A lot of that new wave type stuff is not my thing, but I do have a soft spot for New Order for whatever reason. Got a bunch of weird Zeppelin stuff if you want to see it. This is Zeppelin 2. I found this in that storage unit. And this is a Uruguayan press of this. So it's a little bit different. Anything with a different cover or a different label. I don't have to keep every pressing I find, but if it's got a different color tone of the label or the cover's a little different. The cover of this has got a little bit of a different color to it. I will try to keep it. This is the Philippines pressing. Look at that green and blue colorway. And then for Zeppelin 2, another one is, this stuff I found all over kind of. I've showed you the Zeppelin 2, the Turkish one I got a few weeks ago. But this is a Turkish picture sleeve, a Black Dog. It's a really cool Black Dog / Misty Mountain Hop. They only did that cover in Turkey, so that's kind of cool. And then for Zeppelin 3, this is Costa Rican press of Zeppelin 3. There's no wheel. There's not even a place for a wheel, and some of the images on the front are different. And it's got that black Atlantic label, which is cool. I've never even seen that before. Is this a Mexican press? No, it's a French press, sorry. Some of the Mexican presses kind of look like that on the label. It's a French press. Really cool. And then this is a white label promo of Zeppelin 4, which I didn't have. It didn't have the sticker, but it's still super cool. And then this is a bootleg Copenhagen 1971 and Stains March 1975 or 1969, sorry. Yeah, I don't even know. It's got Dazed and Confused on one side, and then the other side it's got Four Sticks and Gallows Pole, which is the only time that those were ever recorded live. It's just a little 10-inch type thing. Pretty cool. And then last but not least, is this. This is a DJ copy promo of Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Really cool. The label on the record's just a regular copy of Wish You Were Here, but it's kind of a rare version of that DJ promo version of that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching my channel as always. Hope you guys are having a good time this summer and spending time with those you love, and hope you have a happy 4th of July. We'll see you guys next time.